thinking about being live, we have formed a committee to consider the consequences of being live. We have designed a piece of legislation which will engage everyone in the discussion about the ramifications and the understanding of what it's like to be live. We could be
really
live.
funny. There's a faction within this world, which is essentially just that. they're all about incremental progress, and they're called the moralists. And they run the world, which is good. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't
But when
remember
you
if
do
I
that-
got
when
that
you-
far in
when
the
you
last
do-
go round.
Oh yeah, no, you don't discover it until like Thursday. It's when you start your political vision quest.
Thursday.
And if you've said enough like morally neutral things, it gives you a chance to take on la responsabilité.
La
and,
responsabilité.
Way. And in doing so, you must form a committee.
It's like in Spanish, sometimes they'll say "se" instead of "si," and then sometimes
What
they'll
is
say "Simon." I think that might be mostly Mexican Spanish, though, which is what I learned on account of being close to Mexico. No says hello, friends.
Hello, no.
All right, I interrupted you four times in a row, Ollie. What were you trying to say?
Well, I was trying to build on it, but it was the best book I ever read about French was one that was like, this is the oh shoot, I've lost it now. It was like colloquialisms in French. So for example,
idioms,
ooh la la, idioms and stuff like this.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't really idioms, it was more expletives and stuff like this. So oh la la is used in French, but it's when you're like bag splits, and it's oh la la. And depending on how bad the situation is, like if you spill an entire drink tray full of champagne, you add more la's on the end. So it'd be like oh la 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 la.
I heard that it was like it's used, but it's only sarcastically. So it's never like, oh wow. It's more like, oh look at you, Mr. Hotshit. Oh la la.
Well, that's oh la la is how the English use it. Like oh la la, that's how English use oh la la.
Unironically.
But the French, when the French use it, it is like to describe a situation that is just, you know, it's like oh la la. That's and then there's also like different versions of Oh, sarcastically saying no to someone is non merci.
No merci.
Non merci. And if you really want to tell someone to piss off, it's non et non.
Yeah, no et no.
Yeah.
I say this as someone who has never studied French. Although
and that was also where I learned where oui is in fact pronounced oué.
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 Well, that's like the more casual.
Oué.
There's also a thing I watched on a linguistics video about how they don't, like in like common speech, you're not going to say je suis. You're more likely going to say suis.
Oui.
And it's one of those things where if you learn like a very formal education on a language, then when you go to like actually listen to people speak, you're like, what?
What are people saying? Yeah.
Like, and I think, you know, Spanish, and this is probably true of Italian and Portuguese as well, but there's like a recombination thing where the way that beginnings and endings of words get kind of just combined together to give you a very steady stream of syllables is not how speakers of Germanic languages in particular expect to hear things, because if you're speaking English or you're speaking Dutch or you're speaking German or like, you know, any of the Scandinavian languages, you kind of have to have like a clean beginning and end of each word for people to know what you're talking about. But that's not really true of the Latin languages because they, well, I mean, you know, in my opinion, there's extra syllables, but that's, you know.
Our Romans, they go the out.
Having studied a couple of them, and I'm like, but even then, like the Germanic languages, it's like, what are you doing with all this gender anyway? German's got masculine, feminine, and neuter. Bruh, in this economy?
There's only two genders, German and Spanish.
Yeah.
My last 2 bits of French nonsense are 2 bits I learned when I went to a wedding in France in like 2016. One of them is mon gars, which is like my guy, my boy.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing, my guy? It's like,
garçon.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais, mon gars? And then the other one is, if you're looking for, if you don't know what time something is, or like you don't know what the actual thing is, but you're having a guess at it, you just go like, oh, we will be there at 6, maybe. You know, it's like,
yeah,
it's
Discord
like a maybe.
Is having a hard time picking up your p sound.
it's like a half trumpet sound. It's weird, but yes. Is that enough chat to get the crowd going?
I mean, let's see, what do we have? We have 2 watching, which is me and No, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I'm not watching the stream at the moment.
Well, that's all right. I mean, you should have the stream in Discord though, so that because I got a beefier computer, so I can do both without crashing everything.
Yeah.
And perhaps sometime we'll revisit Life is Strange. When I'm not just completely, like, my computer's melting trying to stream and show it to you, and...
Yep.
And I'm like, really, for Life is Strange? This is not the highest end game. And it's like, Conrad, your computer's old. Well, you know what? Shut up.
It might be.
But I bought a computer, pre-tariffs.
That was smart.
Yeah.
Right.
So
continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
So some sort of introduction here. So I'm Conrad. I make Kakos Industries.
Yes.
This is Ollie. They make Kanan Fields and are also part of 3 Detectives in a Trench Coat, a podcast which did an entire season on playing through Disco Elysium. This is your favorite game. Is that correct, Ollie?
It is probably my favorite game. Yeah.
I have played further than where we are now in a previous run through, but I'm just starting over. So we might go through some of the beginning stuff fairly quickly. I know last stream I cut off some of the dialogue, and I'll try not to do that. I just got impatient.
Fair enough.
It's just a need to stream the game into my brain at a faster rate than the way that they're speaking it, and my impatience is actually their problem. In fact, just kidding.
They're program characters. They have no sentience.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about them, the characters. I'm talking about them, the creators of the game.
Oh,
and I will also say that I was just catching up with a friend of mine prior to this. I've had a couple drinks. I will be sobering up during the stream.
Well, that's exactly the mindset you should be in.
Yeah, I'm not as drunk as Harrier.
Well,
I had
the
2
crashing
beers,
hangover that might
and there was a mead tasting going on. What were you saying?
It's the crashing hangover that might come in the middle.
The crashing hangover. Yeah, well, I'm hydrating. I got water.
Oh, that's
My
good.
water's almost gone. Well, we might take a water break later. But I've already done the introduction, so we're gaming.
Okay.
I've
Last thing you
decided...
did was throw a ball into the sea. Ah!
Right, that's right. I threw the boule. Le boule.
Yeah.
Let's see. He does run with WASD. Why is... Oh, because I had my finger on the wrong key. That's why he was running the wrong direction. We're off to a great start.
I think also if you double-click he runs, or am I imagining that?
Let's see. Well, he did get a little... a better mosey on. We're having a thought. We're thinking. Sewer grate, gateway to the river of filth.
Nice.
Have we considered that we're the gateway to the river of filth?
Could be.
Pawn shop, but apparently we can't go inside. Actually, can we? Oh, we can. Water lock out of order until Wednesday, and this guy's going to tell us why.
Good morning to you, officers. A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
First things first, what are you doing here, man, on the waterlock? Do you know what caused this wreckage? Well, we'll do that.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
Are there Australians in this story now?
Apparently so.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous.
Did I do that?
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins. Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Oh, Kim's getting on board with the salami? Alright.
Oh, yeah. You're now fed.
Just offer the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Okay, I don't think I can actually zoom out far enough to see what he was talking. Oh, no, this guy over here. I don't know if my mouse is actually visible in the stream. Let's see.
It is.
Well, on your stream. Maybe not on the other stream. Let's ponder this sign for us. Nope. No, we can't. I can click on it. Oh. Butter sign down.
A crumpled billboard reading "Samaran butter soaks in the canal." Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
I got a good chance of making that work.
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets. It's an acquired taste.
I don't think I've had goat butter. I would try it.
Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
Oh, and I got so many more dialogue options from succeeding that.
Yeah.
Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack.
Incredible.
Everything wrong in Revachol is my fault, is what I think.
The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The Samaran butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently, within the past 72 hours. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast.
What was the model of this phantom vehicle, and what do I drive?
There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linéaire G22. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. The Caprice 40 is a very popular model, with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers,
Cops.
strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers.
Welp.
Very sturdy but light motor carriage, more likely than most to survive that jump. The Linéaire G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long.
Oh, that's that committee you were talking about.
Okay.
You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis.
Oh, you can chat to him.
Talk to Kim.
Any theories about what happened here?
Looks like someone was in a real hurry, man. Top shelf shenanigans. I want to meet the driver and shake her hand. Hold on, I'm not done with that feminist thought yet, right? I haven't finished that. And he's just...
Yeah, no, you're so...
So I can't click on that.
You can. That's, yeah, top shelf shenanigans. Yeah, good on her.
Yes, because when men complain about women driving, that's typically what they mean.
No, fair enough.
Anyway.
I lived in a world for a moment without
What kind of
sexism around.
I'm going to guess it's the Capri 40 because
That's
it's
quite
actually
from
my
what
fault.
I can tell.
I have some idea about who it might have been.
Oh,
That'd be someone really cool and courageous.
I suppose that narrows it down somewhat. Fortunately, we are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
Oh, take the task. We're just gonna find out that we did it, right? I haven't actually done this part. I'm just guessing, but
I think we should take the driver to justice.
If we must.
I'm not expecting him to get far with this, the lieutenant consoles himself.
because I assume that we drove a car to get here. So anyway.
Ooh, dumping that dumpster.
Ooh, I got fingerless gloves, which are they better
Love your
than
electrochemistry.
interfacing?
I don't think at the moment, but later, yes.
Electrochemistry?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's for when you need to take some drugs.
Oh yeah, I remember. This took a while to get through all the stuff when I did it the first time. Just look at the... Okay, some kind of machine, antique cash register. How about this one over here? Bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. Oh dear. I assume it means day.
Mm-hmm.
The dark of film projector is whirring away. What we got over here? Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. Okay, then we got the cabinet.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back? What's my odds on that? Oh, even. Alright, let's see.
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Let's try this.
Everything you
Fuck
pick
that.
out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are just
Have a
black
look at
metal.
the have an inspection, and then you might get some
Big men on big
better
horses,
ideas.
clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably
communal.
talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the Royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment.
Maybe.
It's still
Well-
locked. Oh well.
Oh well.
Got a thought.
Hey.
Ooh, the little blue phone.
Oh, Rhetoric wants me. Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Can't stop arguing with that.
So,
Can't argue with
what
that.
about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true? You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the land
Oh,
owners,
wow, okay.
impel all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Getting real tanky, huh?
I've said some mildly left-wing things.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind.
Devour and masticate mankind. Wow.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Hold on a second. What's this communism even about?
I'm down for a history lesson from Rhetoric.
Failure. It's about failure. Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the
Damn.
whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? Firing squads?
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Rolling up them sleeves. Mazovians.
Moscovian socioeconomics.
Do I need to click it?
Yeah.
Okay. Internalize. We communism in it now.
You got a
Alright.
-2 to visual calculus for the meantime, though, because looks like reaction.
Can't be reactionary. Okay. Alright, what's over here? I'll talk to this guy
Typical
last.
Martinez streetlight sits among assorted
There's
floor
so
and
many
tablelands.
options.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order. It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
The light has been removed and rewired. That's 2 transformations. But what about the third?
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Okay, that checks out.
Well, too bad I've only got like 63 cents in my wallet. No, I've got 1 real 42. How am I? Well, it's a long way to 700.
Maybe we need to switch from communism to fiscal libertarianism.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I cut off the line. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Typical vacuous consumerist objects. I mean, I'm on that communism train. I think that's more tasteful than others. The business.
You're already on it. You don't need to belabor the point.
Okay.
Although you could go for this business plan is all over the place. You should specialize, zoom in, recapitalize.
It keeps me entertained.
Electrochemistry. Oh, I don't have the right gloves on. Something I'd like to sell. I don't think I have anything to sell. Just like nasty shirts, probably.
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive. Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
He shakes his head, slowly.
I doubt
You can
it,
leave and come back.
but I can try and answer
with your
any
gloves on.
questions you may have.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think the gloves are going to give me enough points to actually succeed.
Oh, you never know.
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
Reach.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing cup.
Okay, so we get the bail.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you.
Nice.
Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you...
I have no money.
This is true. Do you want to get some money?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
Doesn't like
That's
music.
odd. Why doesn't he like music?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing.
Ollie, is this
That's
you?
Bird's Nest Roy.
What?
I mean, Bird's Nest Roy. I know
Maybe
more
you
about
should
this
ditch
dude.
music as well.
And
Get into
he's
these
not-
more experimental sounds he's describing.
Interesting.
Is the Harman Welshie W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Oh, that's it. Also, I'm just trying to imagine 2mm tape.
Skinny as hell.
That's so thin.
For recording mice.
Yeah, I don't have. And I can play music. Okay. For recording mice. Yeah, right. I'm just like afraid that that would snap the instant you put any tension on it. 2mm.
Maybe the cellulose was stronger.
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or it.
Okay. We're here too soon. What am I doing? I'm back up the stairs. Can I climb this ladder? I don't think I can. It's like, no, I don't climb.
Nope.
I said I don't climb. Helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. More sewer comments. Walls and shit.
Oh, look at the name of that truck.
The name-
That's just beyond that wall.
Hold on. Beyond the wall.
Yeah.
Delta Logistics Company.
What does it say? What's the acronym?
Oh, DLC.
Yeah.
Did it ever happen?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Does no one have like a way to wash anything?
Class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
Right, we've got to save Mother Economy. I don't have children, I think. Woof.
That's good, officer. That's exactly what the economy wants you to do.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
What am I doing? Find something worth salvaging from that pile of rags. Well, maybe.
No good.
Fuck that.
You
All
can
right.
come up with some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist. They itch like hell. Like an itch pit in hell.
All natural materials, see? Real wool, 100% skin friendly, and they're yours for only 2 real.
Which I don't have.
What were the bonuses of it though?
I don't think it said.
What was the over-under? Have a look. You
There's
should
a pile
still be
of
able to
cheap
buy it.
sunglasses in a small box.
But I can't
A
afford
variety
them.
of shapes and colors.
Not right now,
Like
but you
sunglasses,
can.
officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
I'm looking at sunglasses.
These
Fair enough.
are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Cerise plastic. The kind of
Cerise.
plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, These lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely
Resistant.
keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Well, I'm good at conceptualization.
Oh.
Try again, maybe you can find some interesting sunglasses in the box. Ah, success. Water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says, Sub-insulindic rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand-carved out of bone.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello. So deep.
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real.
I don't have
My
that.
regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Give him seal of approval.
I'll have to...
Yeah, hover over it. Hover over it. Not him. The
You see,
the
assembled
glasses.
the name
Too late.
Sileng is
Too
embroidered
late.
over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. The place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang.
Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes. You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
Yeah.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions?
Another even 50-50 shot, basically.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur,
shit.
in other words.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the apricot suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left.
Right, but isn't it a shithole because of Revachol?
If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Whatever's good for business is good for me.
Okay. Persuade him to give me some money.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Money is very important.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
Okay. So you wanted me to hover over...
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
-1 perception, +1 to Inland Empire.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer.
Plus
Keep
2
browsing those clothes, keep
half-light.
saving that economy.
-1 composure, -1 savoir-faire. What's in this box?
You see 2 lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Only? That's madness. Fun ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
Oh, and the bonuses. Well, I guess it's 2 bonuses. Reaction speed and hand-eye coordination, but you lose encyclopedia.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
But I already looked at the
Then
sneakers.
look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best. No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
I think I might be lo-fi socialist junk myself.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Fine. Is that it? Yeah.
That's it.
I think we've done this corner then.
We're gonna head east to the docks or north to the other dock.
I feel like there's stuff up here.
Oh, it's so everywhere.
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
I pet the mailbox.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
I feel you, mail collection box. Been there, Post Lavatorie mail collection box. Been there. Mailbox, you should man the fuck up.
The mail collection box seems cathartic.
Healed my
Thankfully,
morale.
So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
I'm not going to completely change my tune just because I have an option to do so. What's going on over here? Oh, we got the magazines,
Hello,
right?
sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law. Hello or hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What the fuck is a
That
book?
is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
Is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
What's a board
Games
game?
are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I could help by brutally dismantling the free market.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
So what is school?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what
Cursed in the
way?
way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed
Nothing really,
businesses?
sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations.
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. It's that bad.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Why would anybody want to read? Yeah, crime murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman
You
myself.
don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Okay. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your... I'm going to keep pointing in my head. Everything right and wrong about me.
Nice.
What's that mean?
Cut loose,
Well, yeah,
raise hell,
she's-
blow off steam.
And everything's better now, sir?
No.
Why is that?
Oh. A man can never truly be happy with who he is. You'll understand when you're older.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen. More about books, maybe?
Now tell me, what is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich
It
lady?
happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
What about when both of
These
the
are
men
not
are
very
bad?
common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about
Not
real
in
things.
romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
You think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination, only it's really long and drawn out, scarred for life, phantom limb.
No, I don't know.
Doesn't ring a bell? Alright, I'll ask your mom.
Yes, she knows books. Definitely.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain? You clearly have issues you need to address.
That's not one of the options here, though.
Maybe some about other books?
Who are these
Oh,
famous
kings
people?
and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Maybe someone will write about a book about me one day.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because do I want to do Superstar Cop?
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Alright, let's look at all of these magazines. Book is a rose and a pistol and a half-naked dame on its cover. Muscular man surrounded by flames. About pate. Don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name, Jan Kaus from Iguania. About boyadero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. Future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember this. It's been a couple years. Old sports magazines. What do we got down here? Gift books and molten candy. National recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. There's also just a woman standing there, but she didn't have a dot over her head. Just discarded here. Okay.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Huh.
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium, It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre
Nice.
and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Wait, no, I feel like that all applies to this guy.
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Oh, I heard about that curse.
The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl. The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
Okay, so it doesn't tell me what the pale is. That's fine.
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pearl. It is, and good for the circulation too. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pearl. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pearl and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable.
I should probably get my hands on some of that.
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pearl, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Well, I certainly don't need
You
that.
close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
I can't buy it. 'Cause I don't got no money.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
A police store.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme, Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on Archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosigns and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seo is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Incelindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
Impossible 17. I'm curious what the success would have looked like.
Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Rivershell East. Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Well, here goes all my money.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Should we take a moment for water, refreshments, that kind of thing?
Sure, we can take a break.
Yeah. I need to grab some... I'm starting to flag, so I need to get another coffee.
Okay, I'm gonna grab some water. It looks like my export is still going, so I don't need to deal with that, but I will fill up my water. Maybe use the bathroom real quick. So, I do not have a we'll be right back screen. I might have at some point, but I don't at the moment. But I imagine it'll be less than 5 minutes. So.
Can you add a title?
Huh?
Can you add a title?
I would have to do it like on the fly right now, and I think that it would be a better use of time if I just went to the bathroom, filled up my water glass, and came back.
I guess so.
All right, so
I'll hold down the fort until
we shall be back shortly.
All right.
Alright, I'm back. So, interact is the map here. A worn and torn map of the Martinez area, dating from 48. Title on the top reads, Bienvenue à Revechol. It's a bit out of date as it was originally created by a design studio in a failed attempt to spruce up Martinez and turn it into a fancy tourist location.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
And I think we're in the 50s at some point.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
Okay, so now we have a journal thing. Map. Okay, yeah, so... No, that's the hotel we're in. There's the statue. We were down here earlier. We couldn't cross. We can't get over there anywhere yet. There is stuff up here to do. I think there's stuff over here to do also. Did I get a new thought or something? So there's that. No, give me the... Why is it not opening the thoughts? If I do the controller, will it do it on the controller?
What?
It's not letting me do thoughts right now. That's weird.
You know how you do thoughts?
I'm pressing it twice, and it's just skipping over the one. That's weird. I wonder if that's a glitch. I guess we'll find out when I have another thought.
Try clicking on it.
I'm clicking.
Oh. Have you? Yeah, exit back to the main.
Oh.
Because you've got a thought that's just cooked.
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
Oh, I finished it.
Let's have a listen.
Look at that art.
There is something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters Revolutionary Feminist Agenda on the hull. It appears that some time ago, before you became a joke, you were an actual feminist. Somehow you've come to that conclusion. Perhaps you can work your way back.
+1 to empathy. Could evolve into RFA. -1 electrochemistry. Would have to quit drugs to get there. Okay. And then we've got the communist thing. And a lot of things that I don't have yet. Yeah, I don't remember how that works. Anyway. Okay. So many things to examine.
Reads biographies of
Stop
famous
examining
people.
things.
You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
Cool.
Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Jesus Christ.
Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce. I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people who have...
Picture book. It's a tome of fascist magic. Jesus.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf? Shelves filled to the brim with crime fiction.
Oh God, no.
What's more, not a single shelves filled...
I don't need to do that. If I can press the right button. Okay. There are a couple things to look at
A
down
small
here.
mountain
Don't
of
you have a
colourful
body to
board game
move?
boxes. There are numerous types of games.
Don't I have
for
a body
all
to
ages.
move?
A lot of shelf
Yeah.
space seems to be taken up by
Or a body to
Whereout-related
investigate.
merchandise.
Well, you remember we investigated the body, right?
We didn't.
It's still hanging
We
in
had
the
to get the
tree.
volume. It's still hanging in the tree.
Yeah, I don't have a way to get it down yet.
But you also haven't done like an initial view of it because you keep vomiting.
Yeah, because I don't have anything that will prevent me from vomiting yet.
You do. You now have the volumetric shit compressor.
Oh, okay.
An endless variety of source books, law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Like, pick your path. So
Books
otherwise you
in
get
a
sued.
board game section? Who wants to read books? There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastic adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
It's true.
Just deciding that I don't need to click on everything. I'm going to
The
click on
display
most
rack
things,
is
though.
brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere. Rows and rows of Heimdall blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall, and the mammoth riders. Man from Heimdall, return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic, man from Heimdall and the Heimdall man. Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs. Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall man, and so much more.
That's gonna be a fail.
Not necessarily.
Nothing of interest,
But
only
this
silence
occasion,
and
yes.
the cosmic background pain radiating.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Woof.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
What in God's name is she talking about? Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
You're in it.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
She's a great value add.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store.
And I'm not going to be able to get in here.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
But I sense this place calling for me. I don't care, you can't stop me. Well, I guess I can probably do that after.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No, please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Now, what do you think, Ollie? Am I ripping them apart?
Nah. Maybe. I don't know.
What does she have to say about the curtains?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to... I already told you, it's just a storage room. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of.
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said.
There you
they
go.
Don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Oh, God.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Strange, I feel unwanted too. What does it mean?
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous. Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion.
Shamans.
It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
No. You could lie.
I got a chance. I got a chance.
Time to fire
Still,
up the old
Oh,
lie
fuck
machine.
off.
Ma'am, do you know how me and my partner are known to all our colleagues back at
No.
the station?
The lieutenant looks at you, waiting to see where this is going. You've got this. Just go with it. This is elegant.
What are your options?
Crime Bros? No, okay, we're called Crime Bros, my partner and I. Or, wait, that's it? I don't want to say that.
Stop being such a fussy prude. You can't convince her without lies.
That was really
The woman
stupid.
before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
To put a
Every
point
now
into
and then,
drama.
she nudges her glasses.
We don't have to. You got quite a few points kicking about now, if I remember correctly.
I have points?
Yeah. You have at least one skill point.
I have one. Okay, that's this thing down
Have
here.
one. Yeah. and it should say how much XP you have.
5
somewhere
out of
else.
100. 5 out of 100.
Cool.
Well, I don't know.
Tell you what.
I'm gonna save it.
I tell you what. Yeah, save that skill point. Let's go pull a body down from a tree.
Let's poke a body with a stick.
Let's poke a body with a stick.
Go beat up Kuno.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated
Do you want to save scum
to
this?
that corpse smell.
Do I
Emitting
need
it
to?
Is all it does
You might
now.
want to. You've had an atrocious run of luck.
As you breathe in, the
Oh,
odor
there you
comes
go.
over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something. No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red-haired thing.
I hear you, cop, talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face.
Should I just lean into fuck you, Kuno?
Yeah, fuck you, Kuno.
You wanna fuck me, huh? You wanna fuck the Kuno?
Ignore. Say no more. This is about the corpse and inspecting it.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
What? Are you trying to ignore me now, fuckface?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring and the guy's a total vitupaz.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real?
Not too much, yes.
I need to hustle more and hate less.
I have no idea what that means. That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions. Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
Why are we lying?
The drummer's just high enough. The drummer wants to lie.
Why though?
Because it's a fussy bitch.
Is he gonna be like, that's not how their serial numbers work?
That doesn't sound like a serial number. Where's the structure and logic of a line of manufactured products? Well, no matter. We should run it anyway.
True. It didn't have the cadence and logic of a real manufactured item.
Are we sticking to it, Ollie?
I get stressed about this stuff.
We have a mate.
I want to be a policeman.
That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema to run it later. Either station can chase it for us.
I want to know what they pull up for it.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Oh God, I've never done this.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
I'm gonna pull his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
They go super well with my bell-bottom pants.
I'd go for that.
You do understand the boots are steeped in cadaverine odor, don't you?
So my pants.
You have a point there, detective. You have a point. But there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists
God,
on
that
the
was
cargo
just
belt.
item number
His torso
one.
covered in tattoos.
Yeah,
and
boy, we're doing it
extremities
with
blotched
cops.
pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt. Big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not the briefing.
Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
How do they even get up? How do they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak.
Damn.
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, is it? I agree.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Oh, machine.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Oh boy. Welp.
Even chance?
The corpse
Nope.
is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build. Why do you think so? Okay.
Intuition.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso
Well,
covered in tattoos,
unless
and
I wanna-
extremities blotched pink.
You can
and
put a
blue.
point into it.
Let's see. Does anything?
Give you inland.
Yeah.
Check your clothes.
Let's see. How do I?
It's
There
you've
it
got
is,
interact,
clothes.
items, clothes. Actual
Yeah.
chemistry.
Anything give me
No.
like a -1?
Oh, do you know what does give you Inland Empire? Your tie.
Oh boy. Do I have to save scum for that?
No, we could just have a mosey down, have a go. You might need to save scum, maybe.
Because technically, I've already beaten this game once in this
True.
this playthrough.
Oh, you can talk to Gart as well. You can say that you sorted it with Sylvie.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? You do understand
Oh.
you still owe me money, right?
Damn, your feet thought we got away. That doesn't seem
Fuck.
fair. You demonstrated some serious skills there, slipping away Sambo style. By the way, Sambo, or Samuran boxing, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samuran Isola. Sambo used to incorporate a wide array of martial disciplines, from archery to mounted combat, but mainly means aesthetically pleasing single combat nowadays. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
So, what is money?
Honestly, this is the best one to go down.
That one?
Yep.
What are you, brain damaged?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Where can I
Where can I
get
get-
money?
Get
Are you
money.
serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Where do I need it?
For survival. To pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a bit longer.
Oh shit! There's just too much truth in this game. I'm not ready for this.
If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me.
Show him the coins you found.
Is this money?
Yes, it is.
That's 10 plus 10 equals 20, 40. I'm now down by 40, right?
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
100 times
Yes.
smaller?
That's horrible.
It is.
But that's horrible.
For a moment, his antipathy is overcome by compassion for the sheer smallness of the money. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Darkness rides.
Darkness Rise.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
But you,
Oh,
but,
well,
but you
if
must...
that was Sambo style, then let me wipe that debt, sir. Okay, the stupid drinks are on the house, Mr. Athlete. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square.
So we're cool.
I think I think 1 or 2 works here.
Fine, I'll take it off the bill. Sleep in a post-apocalyptic hellhole if you want to. Just know I won't give you another room.
So we're cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 60 real for 3 nights stay. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here.
Oh yeah, talk to Sylvie.
Wait, what? But what about the bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left. You broke the skewer!
I assure you it was him.
It's as if
Thanks,
he can't
Kim.
decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you. Again.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
I just break things. It's the way I am. Maybe I have a vendetta. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
She was flattered it was just bad timing. She said you're nice, but also her employer. I mean, come on. The power vertical here. Shake your head. I don't remember what she said.
Yeah, she said she was flattered, but it was bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted?
30 XP.
Or can you give him a moment? Somehow you realize this is not going to net you any professional discounts. Already he's reverting back to defensive.
I've seen something here at the Whirlingart. Something I need to talk about. By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here. Again?
What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
You let it go. You're above gratuitous baiting. Not this character.
Don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Absolutely out of the question.
You wait and see, cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
Having a thought.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. In time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Live in the dumpster. I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobo-cop.
Entertain the thought when you get the time.
Are we doing hobo
Maybe
cop?
being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
It's got some advantages.
Oh, almost done with, well, the first stage of the communism.
Good.
Oh, right, my tie. Alright, just so I don't die. I'm saving the game. New save.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend, and wants to reattach itself to your neck, so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
This is, yeah, it's written as though this is the first thing you do.
Hmm. Oh no!
I only have 1 health.
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure.
Oh, did I die again?
It's spreading to your left arm. Your jaw.
I'm guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad.
Try to remain
This
conscious.
is the end. All you feel is pain and weak. Cop suffers finally.
Whoops. Get back in there. Stop turning lights on.
This fan has, or has it been, the blades come squeaking to a halt. You reach out to grab the tie.
And I'm dead again.
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm.
Help,
your
someone.
jaw. Yeah. Screaming isn't happening on account of extreme shortness of breath. You're just making it worse. All you feel, cop suffers.
One more time.
It's because I've only got 1 health.
Yep. And no health items.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. He takes a step toward the door. This fan has, or has it been, the blades come squeaking to a halt. You reach out to grab the tie.
Fucking dead again.
Snake eyes! You got snake eyes! I guess you can just not click on the thought. Until you have to.
Can I move at all? No. Okay.
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spreading. Yeah. There's no cop suffers.
One more time.
One more time for the people. Ugh. Ugh.
This fan has or has it been the blades come squeaking to a... You reach out to grab the tie.
What the fuck?
This is like, unless it was just
You feel
determined in
something in your
advance,
chest, an unnatural
like
pressure.
It's not.
the
It's your
RNG.
volume.
Spread into your, yeah. There's cop suffers.
Then yeah, every 58% I've gotten. I think I've succeeded at one of them. I've failed at like 9. My RNG has
This
been
fan has
brutal.
As it beat, the blades come squeaking to a halt. You swoop up and catch the time. Snap. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tub. If it's your friend, why was it up there? An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you.
Alright. Is it... Oh, I have it on already. +1 Inland Empire. Okay, so now I can get another try at that thing, right?
Yeah.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile.
I can see that.
Okay. Alright, I get one more try.
The man before you is naked, but
Dave.
for a pair of underpants
I don't.
and white boots.
It's locked still.
His skin is marbled
Oh, you'd have
with
to
decaying
point
veins
into it.
and blotched by lividity.
It is an interesting.
On
Have you
his
ever done it before?
I don't remember.
And then it's worth putting a point in. But save first.
Okay. That's not it. This is it.
Inland Empire.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair.
I'm gone
Oh, I did do this, actually. I remember.
into the wild pale yonder. In the past,
Damn.
way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer. Go ahead, copper. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
Did I not have the necktie when I did this the first time? That is...
Apparently not.
That's...
He loves those. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of
Come
questions.
right up, copperoonie. This is getting upbeat now. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Oh, well, you know.
Because you have loved it, me and Brother Copo. It was love all along. Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this? Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder? Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure I got out of that one? Coppellini. Maybe I was getting my rocks off. It's a mishmash, Copabolo. You think I'm Messinian, don't you? For you, this is how people from Messina speak like.
I'm not even sure what Messina is.
Well, I'm not from Messina, am I? My hair is too light a shade of brown. Trust your inner racist.
I always trust. Jesus Christ.
You think I am. You think I was a racist because this lump looks military and has tattoos. That's called profiling. Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you? Captain Coppadromo? I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
He didn't choke himself. You know it.
Fine.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
That's not what the text says.
No.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Yeah, let's call the police.
No. Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Something tells me that I don't have the hand-eye coordination to fire the gun and knock him down.
Well,
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
Oh, am I going to have him do the shot?
you can say nothing and let him choose.
Silence. With his and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Shoot that motherfucker down!
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
What skill do you think governs shooting him down? It's probably not the ones I've got.
Probably not. But there might be fun opportunities.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you.
They only have one gun.
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
The lieutenant follows suit. He finishes loading the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick, with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggot?
No, you got a perfect shot.
What?
I like those odds.
Red check.
Uh-oh.
A plume of smoke
Oh, you
erupts
shot him.
from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
Something wrong with your weapon, Lieutenant. It keeps missing. Start crying.
The armistice is sufficiently precise, officer, especially at close range.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like...
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Lieutenant, we should entrust Kuno with your service weapon. He says he can shoot it down.
That's preposterous.
We still need to get him down, somehow. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too. To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't.
What about a ladder?
Suck my dick, bitches.
The leader of the Union. A dangerous and corrupt man, from what I hear. You don't want to owe him much.
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitches.
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
Having a thought.
Mazovian socio-economics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy, with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Left-wing dialogue options give +4 XP, but then I'm losing visual calculus and authority.
Yep.
Okay. I don't have anything else I'm thinking on right now.
You could add a new thing and become a Hobocop.
I don't believe I have Hobocop as an option yet.
You do. But you need a new slot for it.
How do I do that?
Unlock with a skill point.
But I just used my skill point.
No, you got a new one for doing all that work.
Wait, so my options though, like this kind of sucks, except that I get experience out of...
Forget it.
Huh?
You could forget it for a skill point.
Is there are like later versions of this, right?
There's more thoughts about communism to be had.
Do I need to keep this one on?
You don't.
Okay. Do I want the 4 experience every time
I'd say so.
Okay. Could evolve into RFA. Radical feminist agenda instead of inexplicable feminist agenda. Okay. All endurance white checks
I think the inexplicable feminist agenda is a. I mean, you can if you scroll down the if you sort A
revolutionary.
To Z,
if I do what?
If you sort your thoughts A to Z, there. Scroll down to R. We can see there is in fact a revolutionary feminist agenda. No, there's only rigorous self-critique.
+1 empathy. And -1 electrochemistry.
Hobocop.
-1 composure, ungainly and rambling. 4 hours, 20 minutes.
Please. I was doing drums yesterday.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
One of the pieces has like a reggae bit, and and I didn't realize I had timed it thus.
This
but it
trash
comes
container
4 minutes
is
20
locked.
into the piece.
The sliding lid. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still, the body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too. What do you mean, feel? I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the remote viewers division is.
All the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division. Their work is invaluable to the force.
It's remarkable how he can keep a straight face. Take note. The lieutenant is well versed in deadpanning. Many of the things he says could be meant in jest.
Oh, ask number 2 then. Let's keep the bit going.
None, because they don't exist.
Oh.
We should still
Okay.
access this container. We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or...
No,
we could
or
ask
pry
for a
bar.
key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Tool not equipped. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta put it in your hand.
We'll operate it right-handed.
Yeah. Put the torch in your left.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says...
You might need a key.
From a guy who had a heart attack.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up. Why?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What if I told you I am a hobo, or soon to be one, rummaging through that trash? Will you keep me out too?
Callous?
Do I get XP for that?
Krasmazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
I didn't get XP.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist.
He doesn't tell you.
He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where
maybe I am Krasmazov?
The nine-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Yum, tell me more. I'll get you 4 XP for sure.
He killed himself.
Maybe I am Krasmazov?
Was this not about the trash container?
Whisper back into your head, what if I'm Krasmazov?
We should return to this theory at a later time, officer. This here was about the trash container.
Yes.
I need those leftovers to survive.
Sir, I'm sorry the RCM is having financial trouble, but it's not this establishment's problem. What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Oh, you should probably chat to Kim at some point, because he was like, we should talk about the case.
Yes. What do you want to know?
I can't remember a single thing.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? No, something isn't happening. Because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a...
His disdain is clear.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on, retrograde amnesia.
Yeah.
That's good. What's there to say? It's just stupid. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off.
Cop off.
But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
We volunteered to spoil it.
Yes. I am an unrepentant spoil sport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a thread at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
It's all part of the master plan, you see.
I'm a highly experimental cop, but if I am right, this is outre even by my standards. Finest hero cop. Oh, this is just points in whichever thing I want, right?
Yeah.
Do I want experimental or apocalyptic? I didn't realize experimental was. And then supernatural abilities. Huh?
You can go, I'm going to leave while I was sent unspecified.
Yeah, but that just means I don't get points, right?
Yep.
Really?
I arrive at the scene 3 days early, drink myself to oblivion, fully re-immerse myself in this reality, and then work the case from an angle so crescent fresh, it produces never-before-seen results, not only for criminology, but for the human mind.
It can't be that.
Part of him sort of wants to believe what you said.
I am a notoriously difficult to work with wunderkind with extremely unorthodox methods.
Wouldn't that be something? And who could say it's not true? If you really don't remember anything, how would you know? We should move. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Have a go.
There's this sexy dark mystery twist.
What if you did it? Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
And what has led you to this conclusion? That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass. Besides, I doubt you could have taken down a hardened mercenary single-handedly.
See? You're clearly not a man in your prime anymore.
Don't take it personally. It's just that security guards kept on by large corporations tend to be better trained and better armed than officers of the RCM. I find that highly unlikely. It's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So let's get back to it, shall we?
Why did the 41st send me?
Look at you.
Finally some good luck.
Because you're a failure.
Damn.
They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
Wait, no, that can't be
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Ha, so you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No, but you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Oh, I want to talk about you.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you
Number
want to
3.
know?
I'm skipping everything, just going straight to number 3.
Go straight to number 3.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
Something the matter, detective?
Happening to me.
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow.
You need a legendary check
gain control
of authority to ask again.
You don't look like the other people around here. Great.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
So how do you know, taps the side of your head.
Yeah.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised. You don't have to take this display of authority. You can disobey. The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if you didn't know this?
I know what the RCM is.
That's good.
I need to sue.
Except that I do, detective. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
Well, it's self-care for the non-workout.
We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking.
Close enough, I guess.
Yeah. Damn, you got tasks.
Yeah, but how much? Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
You know how many tasks you have done to make yourself feel better? Yay!
Okay, I have the keys though. Let's go open the trash.
Yeah, let's go. Whatever you do, don't climb in.
But I'm the hobo.
Don't do it. Or if you do, save.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobo Cop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content.
Extra content.
Extra content?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Dig in Hobocop style for extra.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking around the rotten banana peels, however. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000. Easy. Unless
I am into hi-fi
yourself. That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrappings. All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social sensibility.
Mm-hmm.
Under the boxes of cartons.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
How did they get them over the boots?
Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty, or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny.
It's my badge. Oh my god.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
Must have been cramping my style. There's a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. Back to Apocalypse Cop.
What are you talking about?
I speaketh the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue.
Sounds like an order. I don't take those.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Well, I'd wait.
Huh?
I'd wait for a bit.
That's one thing off the list.
Investigate.
I think we got it all.
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. Ulogu Theodos, Xeno Zausin, Ipoli Osithian, Echondes Fronisin. Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
Is this Apocalypse Cop or is this Experimental Cop? Is Experimental
This is
Cop actually
Apocalypse.
a thing?
I don't think Experimental Cop is a thing. This feels more apocalyptic.
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Am I sure it's not just a joke or some kind of coping mechanism?
It's totally also a coping mechanism. So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos. Perhaps, just a thought, this has something to do with the hangover.
Do think the world might end soon. Is that going to take up a slot? I don't know.
Only if you choose a slot for it to take up.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Nice.
So yeah, Cop of the Apocalypse, but I would need to... I gotta get 6 more points for that, apparently.
Yep.
Copocalypse. Acopolis. Copolypse. So you told me not to look at my notes.
I'd go get to the balcony before you look at them.
Get to the balcony?
Yeah.
I'm not going to the balcony.
Okay.
Should I go to the balcony?
You?
Your choice.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer.
It's pronounced fort?
Yes.
Okay, you want me to go to the balcony?
I'd say so.
I already got my shoe.
You do.
I am on the balcony.
Right, now read your ledger.
read it while I'm here.
Interact.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board.
I'm just going to let you
barely held together
it.
by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not though. It's toilet paper. Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I burned out all right.
That's okay.
Fucking millennials carry.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar parlor, even the rare Article 3 collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt. It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really does not want to. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them. Wordless, he
103
pulls one
sounds
from Blue
hilarious.
and hands it to you. The pen is cold, blue, and ready to write. The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are at home in the mirror. Has more to do with me than the case. The setting sun. Shit on a stick.
Hanged Man is solid.
What happens if I do this, though? That's what I want to know.
Click on it. Yeah, then click on it.
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Yes. You know what that normal name is. But...
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny?
Fun is outlawed with this guy. What a knock!
I don't remember the necktie talking to me at all. Did they do an update for that?
No, it was always there, but you had to have a high enough inland empire.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so... something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have...
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
The Hanged Man,
well,
or I don't know.
Then maybe I can suggest one.
No. Let me guess, the Hanged Man.
Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man. I like that. A good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I leveled up. I can put Apocalypse Cop into a slot now. Or something else, I guess. Okay.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the Next World Mural. Why yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horace Debbie Behringer? Hram Darjan Benzaken? Those are my initials. I'm not feeling them.
Feeling isn't really the jurisdiction we're in right now. Probably for the best, because HDB feels like bad news from yesteryear. Like shit, Honcho. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
So, I kill a lot of time this way.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
You can kill a lot of time this way. I don't think you need to kill time now.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
What haven't you done? You haven't browsed the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Oh, can I, like, do fines?
Yeah, now you've got your
You
ledger.
don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Oh, savage.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
The blue heart.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there A hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
$58. Watch me not get it.
Okay.
Oh, hey, all right.
The 2 sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Wait, somehow I don't want to. Fuck no, put the ledger away.
Without resistance or sound, the 2 panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum. Apricot flavored, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says Tutti Frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. You think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
But it'll make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Did you have me stand here so that I'd lose the card?
Yeah, it's thematically cool. But you don't have to lose the card. You could read it.
Frisson covers your entire body, a feeling of cold, a persistent chill. Your hands shake, holding on to it.
Am I gonna die?
Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says,
I
I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Okay, interesting.
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me, Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy. Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
White morning.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. Yeah, man. What was that about?
Bow collector.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water.
Wasting
Some of it
this healing.
spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I'd be honest with him.
The burnt out ruins of the past. I was dehydrated, or I fuck it.
Either of those, any of those work, I think.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to. 10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Is it always called the Ledger of Failure and Hatred, or is that because of choices I made?
It's sometimes called the Ledger of Oblivion. But the Ledger of Failure and Hatred is pretty good. Check your items. Oh no, it's in your tools.
I think it's both. Oh no, it's not. But it does let me interact on it. But I can also just have it in my hand. Start handing out tickets. Also gives me +1 Inland Empire and +1 Empathy, but I lose authority? How do I lose authority from having the clipboard? Blue oblong pen. Could also sell his handkerchief. So I've got more thoughts here. Apocalypse, the bow collector. 6 hours and 10 minutes. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector of streetcar number 42. The amount of scrolling I have to do here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Is it worth, like, replacing anything with these? I don't know.
You can kind of get as many as you want and then decide what you're going to do with them later. Like which ones you're going to keep, which ones you're going to bail on.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't tell me what I get out of Hobo Cop yet. Alright, while I'm here, though, there's a light that lets me look at the thing. Is this how I figure out my name?
You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of...
Alright. Ready? I turn, you press start.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than... The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rouse per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canada comes to life with a whiny growl. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I walked the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. As a hobo and I lived under a boat, probably some boring office job. Do I get any experience options here? Run around apologizing all the time. Do you really think I have any idea?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop?
Yeah.
Call it what you want. You are a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a killer, or that's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Okay. Name unknown still. I don't remember how I figured it out the last time. Superstar Cop, Apocalypse Cop, Sorry Cop. How did I get 2 points in Sorry Cop? 8 points in Communist.
Twice.
0 points in Fascists.
Way.
3 points in Ultra Liberal. 0 points in Moralists. Good Cop, Bad Cop, 8. Honor 0. People killed 3. Cases solved 216. And years of service 18. Okay. Well, I'm gonna need another bathroom break, but I'm wondering if this is a sort of a nice time
to
wind it down.
Yeah.
So,
it's been good.
I think we might leave it there. Let's see, is there anything else that's like real fast? I don't think so. Is it bumping?
No, I think everything else is gonna take some time.
Bool, why report your badge missing? Yeah, well, maybe it won't be missing soon.
Well, not exactly.
Yep, alright. Well, I think we are going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and thanks for playing with me, Ollie.
It's a pleasure.
We will do this again at some point. When exactly, I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna save on camera, and then I gotta navigate to the page where I end the stream. Right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, I've ended it on you.